So I'm making a little poster for a character, and if you're going to make a poster too, here's something I recommend. Mark out where you're going to put which body part. For example, if you're making a little poster for a Forsaken character, you'll need to mark out where the body parts are. So I always recommend doing something like this, so you know where you're going to put it. Like this is going to be hand. So then you want to write what's going to be here. So for example, you're making it so they're holding something. You do this, and you know it's a hand. You don't need to make it look nice, it's just the base. So this is the body, so you mark it out. This is a little trick that might make drawing easier depending on what you're gonna do. Like, make base markings for your character that you're gonna draw, and then you can write out what you're gonna make. So you can write down here, legs. It might get annoying like that sometimes. So you want to make sure you're very careful. But once you finish with the base design, or like this, and then you just want to make sure you have each part marked out. And your handwriting doesn't have to be perfect. You can make simple mistakes. You just need to know what is going where. For me, I'm making TAF, so I'm just making my handwriting at least readable for you to understand. Now, if your character has anything extra, you can just put it here. Just do this, and you can write what else is on your character. For example, you're doing a character with hair. You can write head and hair, so you understand what's gonna go here. You can even mark out where, I recommend you use a different color for the hood. So then you can do this, mark out your hood, go to alpha lock, and change the color. I don't recommend using like a very similar color, like if it has some contrast to it so you can tell which should be which, and where should the head be and where should the hood be or hair be, like this. This will make it easier for you. So this is the base design. So what I recommend after that, you keep alpha lock on and you turn this like this. Sure, it's hard to see my words, but you can always change the color to whatever color you want. Like, I'm gonna change it to red so it's easier to see for me. If you're colorblind, then I'm gonna just tell you the colors. So I made the hood red, and I'm gonna make the words blue. I'm gonna make everything else like blue, so it's red and blue. So this is gonna be the head, and the hand is also gonna be blue. Like everything on this portion, you can change the color to make it match up and understand what is gonna be where. If you're gonna do a complex pose, I recommend you make each part a different color so you can understand. I'm giving you example right here. Like, each part should be its own color if you're making something a little complex. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to be understandable. So like hand, you can see I'm making a little pose where half of the body is being covered by the hand. So the body, you can make, if you don't want to make each part a different color, then that's your choice. I'm just doing it because I'm doing an example for people who like to do complex poses. So now the legs, the legs should always be in one spot. You do not need to move them left and right and up then. Now you see it's a little more colorful, but also a little more understanding. With this design, you can understand which body part goes. Now, add a layer on top of it. It must be underneath the layer you're gonna start drawing in. This layer, you want to take out black because you're drawing extra. if you're gonna add something, you do a little design and then you write what it is. For me, I'm doing TAF, so I gotta make like a subspace trip mine. If you do not understand what it is, then you can Google. And if you forget, you can always Google what is the item they're gonna be holding. Subspace trip mine. This should at least help you understand what you're gonna do. So this is the subspace trip mine. And then I'm gonna draw like my best interpretation of a stake. So I'm gonna do it like this. Then I'm gonna draw a wire. I know TAF doesn't have a spear, but I can't draw stakes very good, so I just do something like this. So then later on, I can edit it in drawing and fix it. Like this. Now, since you can't really write in one because you can't fill the other, I recommend you do something like this. It's gonna be a tripwire. So now that you see the sign, you can now color in these too. For each one, you can color it to be what you think it should be. But in the end, you can always just change the color in the final result. Like, the color I'm using is not going to be the permanent color. It's just my estimation for what color each item is. I recommend doing this if your character has like a lot of extra items. So like if, for example, you're going to make Elliot, and you want to make it in a poster, and you want to make him in the poster-like design, you can do like, if this was a pizza, and the pizza has multiple colors, you can try to draw a triangle, write pizza, and then add the colors for what you'll think it should be. So I'm gonna add that color with a hint of black. Like, not too much, but a hint. Now, normally I don't use black for shading, but this should at least show that this color is closer to black, so it shows that I need to also do darker colors. Oh shit, just ignore that. But if you found this little guide for drawing posters of characters with separated body parts a little helpful, then feel free to like and subscribe, okay? See you later!